What's up, family? What's up, family? If you like the commentary, if you like the video, please make sure that you leave a like and please subscribe to my channel. Now, I made a video about this almost 5 to 6 years ago. Matter of fact, I think I made about 2 videos on the same subject. So when it comes to this right here, Issa Rae, you're late. Roland Martin, you're most definitely late. And I've been talking about this for a long time. The issue is this, people. If you call yourself a liberal, because I know most black people are liberals, if you call yourself a liberal, you have to start looking at all of the things that's been happening to black people, and the most damage that has been done to black people have been by the liberals. We talk about staying away from the Republicans, but we all know that even when we were young, our mothers would tell us, it's your friends you got to look out for. If the people that's the most closest to you is the person that you got to watch. And it's the same in this case when it comes to black people and the liberals. See, the liberals are the closest to you. You won't allow yourself to get close enough to the Republicans to do anything to you. So basically, the Republicans haven't done nothing to you at all, personally, because you won't let them get within your circle. You won't let them get close enough to stab you in the back. So what does that let us know? It let us know that the person that's going to end up stabbing you in the back is going to be the liberals and the Democrats, because these are the people that you're the closest to. And they have been stabbing us in the back for years. 3 strike laws, crime bills, undermining us with low housing, which have turned into war zones, ran down neighborhoods, the lesser than, right? They have been teaching us to accept the lesser than. Instead of telling us to go out and buy our own houses and build our own companies and encouraging us to do that, they encourage us to get welfare checks and low housing. And let me tell you something. If they was really trying to help us out, they wouldn't be telling us to settle for less. So let me get into the commentary when it comes to Roland Martin. Mr. Roland Martin, let me let you know something. The liberals are the ones that took all these TV shows down, because the liberals are the ones that run Hollywood. And they are the ones that run the majority of these companies that you're speaking of. So I find that kind of ironic that you guys being Democrats and liberals, it always seems to be the liberals that's doing the most damage to you. I find that kind of ironic and kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I try to tell black people all the time, I try to tell them exactly what Malcolm X told us. He told us that the liberal was the worstest thing on the planet. He said they was worse than anybody, because they will smile in your face and act like they're your friends, and then they'll do damage to you and they'll undermine you in the same breath. And far as I'm concerned, they've been doing that to us for the last, since the 1930s or something like that. 1930s, 1940s, or yeah. So it's been going on for a long time now, almost over 60 to 70 years. Disenfranchisement when it comes to the Democratic Party. Now, see, the thing, when it comes to the Democratic Party, you know what I look at? I look at damage versus, what's the word I'm looking for? Progress. I look at damage versus progress. Now, since we've been with the Democratic Party, I would have to say that the damage they have done to us outweighs the progress. That's why I feel the way I feel about the liberals, because they have done more damage than good. And this is just facts. If you look at mass incarceration, the single parent household, how they kicked the man out of the house, if you look at everything that they have done, you will start to realize that they have done more damage than good. Not to say they haven't done nothing good. I'm just saying the damage outweighs the good. The bad outweighs the good when you put it on the scale. That's why I feel the way I feel about the Democratic Party. Now, when it comes to Hollywood and TV shows, I made several videos, 1 to 2 to 3 videos about this almost 6-7 years ago. I've been on this. So Roland Martin, you're most definitely late to the party. And everybody else that are talking about it, this is late news. But what we're not talking about is who took them down. Was it the liberals or was it the conservatives? Was it the liberals or was it the conservatives? It was the conservatives that told us, hey, do what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, you want to go over there with the liberals, go right ahead. And we went over here to the liberals. And look what they have been done for us for the last, I don't know how long. See, the liberals have all the power in Hollywood. They own all of these companies. All of these companies that control all of these shows was by the liberals. So we thought we had a great relationship with the liberals because they was helping us with TV shows and all of this stuff. But soon as we started to get too big, soon as it became obvious that black culture was becoming too popular, they pulled the plug on us. And I believe that's what happened. I believe that those that control all of these networks, all of these liberal Democrats that run all of these TV shows, start seeing how popular black culture was getting. And that was never their intentions. Their intentions was to help us, but their intention wasn't to make us more popular than them. See, they will deal with us until we become a threat. That's why the Democratic Party, they'll do things for us and then they'll pull back. Because, see, they always want us stagnant. They always want us in a certain position. And that's why I don't like the liberals. It's almost like a rapper brings another rapper on and says, I'm going to help you, become popular and everything. You know what I'm saying? But when that rapper starts to get more popular than the one that put him on, he starts to sabotage his career because he said, hey, I'm the one that brought you up here and now you becoming bigger than me, so now I got to bring you back down. And see, these are the things that happen to black people when we're dealing with the liberals. Once we become too successful and we become a threat to them, then they start pulling the plug on us. And that's exactly what happened. So if you want to know the reason why they did it, I'm telling you the reason right now. So you don't have to deal with all the gibberish that you're about to hear when it comes to Roland Martin, because he will never admit that it's the liberals and the Democrats that own all of these networks that took all of these black TV shows down in the first place. Issa Rae, you being a person from Hollywood, you know who runs it. It's the same liberals that you vote for. It's the same liberals that you jump through hoops for. Okay? It's the same ones that you have relationships with. Remember, they're supposed to be your allies. But it's your allies that's now destroying you. It's your allies now that's bringing you down. Why? Because they are being exactly what Malcolm X said. He said you can't trust them because the liberal is a snake. He said you can't trust them. He said the liberal is a snake. He said the liberal is the worstest thing on the planet. And he's not lying, because he knows that once you start to get too big for your britches, they're going to bring you back down. And see, that's the problem with putting your destiny inside somebody else's hands, because just like they say, I can bring you up and I can tear you right back down. That's why they did what they did to Bill Cosby. They said, okay, Bill Cosby, you getting a little bit uppity for us, so we're going to bring you down. See, that's why I don't go making deals with the devil, because the devil going to bring you back down when you get too big, when you start to become a threat to their establishment. Okay, that's what's going on. Black people became too popular. It's always been a fear amongst Caucasian, Jewish, Hispanics. I mean, the list goes on. We have always been a threat that we might rise above them. That's why they created the pecking order to keep us down at the bottom, because they know what our potential is. because they know we have great potential. So we have to push the Negroes down to the bottom, because if we don't, they'll take everything over. They'll overrun us. They'll be more popular than us. They'll become more richer and wealthier than we are. See, that was the same thing that happened to Wall Street. Wall Street became a threat to not only the Republicans, but to the Democrats too. That's why they brought it down. They said, no. We have to destroy this. We have to bring this down. We have to destroy this Black Wall Street movement, because they're going to get bigger than us, and they might become more wealthy than us. The American Negro was on their way to become more wealthier than the Caucasian American. And they said, no, it cannot happen. And that's why both parties participated in the downfall of Wall Street. Oh, yeah, I'm talking some good stuff now. You like it? You like it? See, because that's what I do. I just tell the truth over here. And if you watch more of my commentary, you'll get and understand that what I'm telling is the truth. Because nobody has never came on my platform and told me that I was lying about anything. Nobody has never done that. Came over here and called me out and said, no, you're lying about this and you're lying about that. No, because they know I'm telling the truth. So what they do, they just run from my channel, because they know the truth is right here in front of their eyes. And the truth is, the liberal is not your friend. Because once you get too big for your britches and you start to outclass them, they get fearful. And what does fear make you do? Fear make you do things to people that you so call yourself to love. And even though the liberals say they might have love for you, they still gonna see you as a threat. And once they see you as a threat, fear brings action. And sometimes that action is not always good. So they say, you know what, we're going to pull these TV shows down because these black people are just getting too popular. Black culture is taking over everything. Everything. Because I remember that time when every popular channel was ran by black people. Every popular TV show was with black people. See, you got to understand that that's just, they can't allow that to happen. In order for them to continue to be superior over us, they could not allow that to happen. That's why they pulled them down. So now you know why they took all of these black great TV shows down. That's the reason why they said no more, no more. That's why they took down, 30 to 40 top black TV shows that was airing at that time. I mean, a ridiculous amount. I mean, it was just like a domino effect. Boom, 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 one after another. Just, oh, that show's not on no more. Oh, what happened to that? That show's not on no more. What happened to that? That show's not on no more. Because they were afraid that black culture was about to take over. So we're going to let Roland Martin talk to you, because, you know, he ain't going to tell you that it's the liberals, right? He's not going to tell you that it's the liberals. He's not going to tell you that it's the Democrats. He's not going to tell you that it's the same people they in bed with. See, that's the problem. You feel me? That's the problem. Because when you lay in bed with them, guess who's getting screwed? It's black people. We lay in the bed with the liberals and then they screw us. And that's what's going on here. And they continue to do it over and over again. And we are not smart enough to realize what's going on. We're not smart enough to realize that we're being screwed. Now let's listen to old Roland Martin. I didn't say enough. You know, like I say, I broke it down, and not only that, I gave you the reason why they took these TV shows down. Because if you notice, he's not going to tell you why. Let's go.
All right, folks, you have heard a number of people, Hollywood folks and others, talk about lack of support in Hollywood content, things along those lines. And folks were talking about Issa Rae because she made some comments during a recent interview. And this is the Hollywood Reporter story. And it says, Issa Rae says studio cancellations of black shows have her considering the indie route. You're seeing very clearly our stories are less of a priority. Now, we've heard people talk about what has happened post George Floyd, how many of these Hollywood studios, just like corporate America, they have been shying away from the commitments they all pledged to be involved in.
Now you heard what he said. He said they all seem to be swaying away from the commitment that they made. See, because that's what the liberals do. They will commit to things. They will tell you they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Just need your support. Get behind us and we'll help you out. See, that's how they get our votes. That's how they get us to get on their TV shows and make them popular and make them billions and billions of dollars, because we all know the Black American market is the biggest market there is. So they get to tap into our world. They get to tap into our culture and make billions and billions of dollars off of us by making, you know what I'm saying, commitments that they know they're not going to keep. They making us empty promises. That's why I call the liberals. I said the liberals is the party of empty promises. Let's go.
But the thing that really jumps out at me is that when we're talking about these shows, we have to understand that we are talking about the show part of show business and not the business part. Here's some of the shows that have been.
Here you go mumbling again. Now I didn't understand nothing he just said. But see, that's a whole bunch. You see how he talked, because he doesn't want to admit that it's the liberals. But the shows of the TV shows that man, just say it. The liberals don't care about you. The liberals took those TV shows down because they the ones that run it. See, this is what I'm talking about, Roland Martin. That's why I call him a bush beater. He loves to beat around the bush. That's why I don't mess with Roland like that. Come on.
Been canceled that African Americans really like and appreciate. You'll see the graphic right here. And so we're talking about, of course, Love Life, Grownish, Zee-Wee, Gossip Girl, Everything's Trash, 61st Street, Legendary, South Side, Sweet Life, Los Angeles, a Black Lady Sketch Show, The Game, A League of Their Own, Truth Be Told, The Wonder Years, Winning Time. There was a particular show that was on a Prime Video about a family out of the UK. They owned a media company. That show got canceled, and people been just upset, mad, angry. Man, our show's getting canceled. Let me remind people of this. When you do not own, you work for somebody else. When you own, you cannot be canceled.
No duh, Sherlock. No duh, Sherlock. But you know how hard it is for us to own? You still struggling yourself. You still acting for donations yourself, Roland Martin. You know that it's not easy. It's not that easy. And they sure ain't going to make that easy for us. You know they're not going to make this easy for black people. You know how hard it is to get your own syndicated show? Your own network? Do you know how hard it is? It's not that easy, man. It's a whole bunch of red tape that they most definitely going to put in front of us. So it's not that easy, Roland, for us to just go out and get us an NBC, for us to go get us a CBS, for us to go get us the next flex. It's not that easy, Roland. Let's go.
And so the fundamental thing here, and was when I saw Issa Rae's comments, when I think back to Taraji, and she was complaining about salary and not being paid her worth. And then when Vivica A. Fox was asked the question, Vivica A. Fox said, I'm good. And a bunch of people were mad at Vivica A. Fox. They were mad because why you didn't come to Taraji's defense? Well, if they'd actually read some stories earlier, a few years earlier, Vivica A. Fox talked about doing her own projects where she was the director, the producer, the writer, and star in it. She said, I was getting 4 checks. Michael Jai White talks about the movies that he does that's shown in Romania and shown in Russia and shown in Serbia. He said, man, the folks in those countries love the action films and the karate and stuff along those lines. I remember when Wesley Snipes, people were like, yo, man, all these movies you're doing, we ain't watching those movies. It's going to direct video. He said, wait a minute, but I'm getting paid more for those films than I did in others. Let me take y'all back to what Prince said. When Prince came out with Emancipation, a reporter asked Prince about the sales, and Prince said, I think Emancipation had moved something like 800,000 units. I can't remember at that point. He said, I've made more money off of Emancipation than I did Purple Rain. And they were like, well, wait, hold up. Purple Rain did like 2 million, 10 million.
Yeah, because Prince woke up to the liberals. Prince will tell you about Hollywood and the liberals in the music industry. He went to war with the same people that they be telling us to vote for. See, Prince woke up. Prince came to the realization that the liberals was not his friends. That's what he came to the realization of it. And see, this is why I have a problem with Roland Martin, because he would keep on selling us to the Democratic Party. He'd keep on selling us to the liberal, but then he want to come on here and preach to us about business. What about telling us to leave the liberals alone and have our own mindset? What about that? But you keep on preaching. See, this is the thing. See, Roland talks out both sides of his mouth. He tells us, well, you got to be more business minded, more savvy, more this and that and that and this. You know what I'm saying? But then again, he said, well, no, the liberals are your friends. Go to the liberals. We're going to hook up with the liberals. You know what I'm saying? He got partnership with a whole bunch of liberals, companies that he's not going to tell you about because he in bed with them too. See, this is the thing. He's not going to tell you. He's not 100% independent. You know what I'm saying? He's close, but he ain't 100% independent. See, let's go.
Sales. He said, like I said, I made more. When Prince talked about owning your masters, Prince only did distribution deals. A lot of y'all might forget. Before iTunes existed, Prince had a download service on his website. You could download Prince's music. That was before Steve Jobs and Apple Music. That was before the iPod. Because Prince understood technology, but he understood ownership. And so as I was thinking about what Issa Rae had to say, and as I thought about the numerous times that 50 Cent was mad and upset with stars, and this was one of the stories right here. I did them with the wrong people. 50 Cent expresses regrets about working with stars, says he's not doing any BMF spinoffs or selling any more shows to the network. In fact, if you actually...
Yeah, because the liberals own all of this stuff. They own stars, they own TMZ, they own everything. And even Prince, let's go back to Prince. Prince wasn't able to do nothing until Prince became Prince. Now let's keep it 100. So how did Prince become Prince? Prince went and made a deal with the liberals, but Prince was smart enough to turn the fact that the liberals put money into him to make him as successful as he was. See, this is the part that he's not telling you. Because first you got to get the name. Prince cannot have sold 180,000 units coming out the gate. So you got to understand, a lot of artists is that when they first come out, they got to go make these deals to get their names to the point, to get their names popping to the point where they can say, okay, I can go independent now. So there is a process that he's not telling you about. So a lot of people have to go and mess with these liberals. They ain't gonna do nothing but suck you up and use black culture to get, rich. That's just the way it is. So that's the game that we're stuck in playing with these with these liberals when it comes to them playing their game of making money off of us and making billions and billions of dollars off of black culture. Acting, movies, sports, music. See, we first have to get in there before we can do all of this. See, Prince had to get taken advantage of. And see, what I'm trying to tell our people is it's the liberals that's taking advantage of us. So why don't we change that? Why don't we change the atmosphere of the liberals and calling them out and say, why you keep on giving us the faulty record contracts? Who do you think that's giving all these faulty record contracts to these young black men? Who do you think that's pushing and promoting this murder music? Who do you think that's behind the battery? These networks, these major record companies that are ran by the liberals. So they've been taken advantage of. But see, that's the thing about Roland. He never calls the liberals out. See, he'll talk around it, but he never say, hey, man, these liberals are taking advantage of you. That's the problem. They say they are our friends, but that's the problem. And now they didn't take all these TV shows down. That's the problems. See, why don't they have a more equal relationship with us where they can help us blow up and help us make money? But what it is, they'll help blow us up. We'll get the fame. We'll get the name. But then a lot of us end up like Red Fox, broke. Why don't he call that out? Why don't he call out the faulty relationship that we're having with the liberals in the first place? That is sucking the life out of black culture. Why doesn't he talking about that? Why doesn't he say anything about that? That's the problem I have with Roland. And tomorrow he be on here talking about go vote for the liberals. Go vote for the liberals. Go vote for the same people that's taking advantage of you. See, I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. Let's go.
Google 50 Cent blast stars. Go to it. You will see April 4th, 2022. You will see April 22nd, 2023. You will see all these times 50 Cent was unhappy with stars. Right here. 50 Cent blast stars for only paying $17,000 per episode. He's sitting here going again, ripping them because they are the distributor. They are the owner.
He just said it right there. They are the distributors and they are the owners. Who? Who is the owners, Roland? We're going to end this video right here. Who is the owners? See, that's what I'm dealing with. Who is the owners? Who is the masters of the ceremony? Who's the ones that's taking advantage of us? It's the liberals. It's the Democrats. It's the liberals. It's the Democrats. Because Ripley, believe it or not, a lot of these syndicated shows are not owned by conservatives. Conservatives are more into the stock market. They're not into the entertainment market. The liberals are very heavily into the entertainment market. Who you think own Hollywood? Hollywood is owned by the liberals. Who is they complaining about? Hollywood. So who is they complaining about? The liberals. But these are the same people you tell us to get in bed with. The same people that Malcolm X warned us about. But Roland will never call them out. He'll go around and say, no, it's your fault. You got to be more independent. You got to be more business minded. But he never says it's because of the relationship we have with the liberals and all of their broken promises. That's the problem that I have with this whole situation. But see, we can't stop nobody that fears us. They fear us, black people. They fear our progress. That's why they took those shows down. Because we was becoming super popular and even more popular than them. And that's one thing they simply couldn't have. Like, subscribe, and as always, one love.